That won't say it. They remind me of him. There's a bunch of many here. Many kings there.
Ham.
Just raised the arm around here.
Think about it, don't lay alone.
All right, Shalom. We're the brothers from the Great Millstone Church here in Birmingham, Alabama. Come to give warning to you so-called blacks, Latino, Native American, and Seminole Indians of the impending danger. Before we begin, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the other bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the Lord's elect. And call all Yahawah, Yahawashi. Now the Lord brought us out another week to speak about the end of the world. See, because this is what's at hand, man. You know, the end of the rulership of the so-called white man, Esau Edom, in which the events that's shown in the earth is pretty much proof that this guy's on his way out, man. You know, with the Lord tell you how he's going to go out by way of doom. You know, and that doom is going to climax into World War III. See, real quick, brother, Ezekiel 75 in the NLT.
Ezekiel 75, NLT. It says, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Disaster after disaster is coming your way.
See, disaster after disaster. And these disasters entail the end of the world, man. And that term, end of the world, is not talking about the planet Earth blowing up. You know, as Esau like to push out there, but it's really the end of a period of time or a day and age. And we at the end of the period of time of the rulership of the wicked, being the so-called white man Esau Edom and these heathen nations ruling the earth. You know, and the signs that's showing in the earth, these disasters, is indicators that we at the end of this guy rulership.
That's going to back up what you said real quick. Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passed away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
See, the earth abides forever, man. It ain't no thing of the end of the world and the earth in its entirety being destroyed. See, that's a narrative that he pushed, pretty much saying if he ain't ruling, ain't nobody gonna rule, man. You know, but the Lord tells you that he's gonna uproot the proud and plant the lowly in his place. See, and that ultimately goes into the children of Israel. That's a transition of power, in which this is what's taking place in the earth. His end is the beginning of the children of Israel, the beginning of the righteous kingdom of ruling the earth. You know?
Yep, Ezekiel 76. It says the end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting.
You look at that word doom, but it's simple. Just hold it. Yep. The Lord said your final doom is awaiting, man. See? And that's the climax of this guy's his story, man. You know, he gonna go out in a blaze of fire. See? And that blaze of fire is gonna be nuclear fire, man. The Lord tell you in Isaiah 9 and 5 how the battle is with confused noise. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, man. And that this is speaking of World War III. See? And that's gonna be the end of his regime, man. This nigga gonna burn up. You know?
Yeah, so that word doom, I got in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, it says to give judgment against, to condemn.
Ooh, see? Yeah, he's gonna be condemned into fire. You know, I believe it was one. Oh, okay. It says about Bible say you can go back to the scripture. It should be when you can hold it down. Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Can I get it there?
Yeah.
I can.
Okay, well, y'all got it.
I got it in the Edamon. It says, doom in the Edamon online, it says a law, statute, decree, administration of justice, judgment, righteousness.
See, yeah, this doom is gonna be a righteous judgment in the earth. But I got it right here. It says here, it says doom, it says death, destruction of some other terrible fate. See, and that terrible fate, you know, it really entails World War III. You see, because that's the height, the climax of judgment that's gonna be displayed in the earth. You know, aside the Lord destroying Pharaoh and his armies by way of upon the sea. You know, that was a great judgment that displayed in the earth. You know, and with that judgment, the name of the Lord was magnified throughout the earth. You see? So this judgment that's gonna come upon Esau by way of those missiles, the Lord gonna magnify his name again, man. The Lord said he's known by the judgment that he executes. You know, and this gonna be the judgment. You know, then shall they know that I am the Lord. You see, all you niggas gonna know, man. The Lord tell you that every knee shall bow. When Yahawashi pop up on the scene, all them doctrines and Buddha and all that bullshit gonna go out the window, man. You gonna know who the angelic one true power is in that day. And he gonna destroy America. You see? You got it.
I got the second Ezra. The second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 28. And it says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
See, so yeah, it's a place in the earth that's responsible for sowing evil. You know, America influenced nations to really be adverse towards the Lord. See? But it's a destruction. The Lord said, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So it's a destruction looming for the things that Esau that pushed here in the earth. You know, and even for those neighboring cities. You know, you niggas who been joined hand in hand with Esau. Your civilization gonna get destroyed too, man. You know, when you consider Israel, you see, that shit gonna get burnt up too. You know, you got it.
Hey, if I may, because scripture speak about how the nations have gone mad for drinking of her wine.
That's it, yep.
It is, they have taken upon her ways, and now their result is going to be being destroyed and put into slavery as well.
Yes,
all because they trusted in this devil, man. You know, and that's what's going to cause these nations to go out mad, man. Now here it is, they gather missiles, you know, to point at the Lord, man.
Yeah.
But ultimately, like the brother going into, it's the spirit of the Lord, and that's Joel the 2nd chapter. The Lord talk about, you know, that's his army, those thermonuclear missiles, man. You know, that's what's soon to come upon the planet Earth.
I'm going to add too. It says that his voice spoke before his arm. So it had to be done with. It had to be what is spoken first. And giving credence to what Amos 3 and 7. The Lord would do nothing to what he revealed his secret to his servants and prophets. So we pretty much initiating, all right, calling down a fire like our ancient priests. And open up on America Babylon the Great. Which is likened to a great sacrifice. That's it. And that's going to be manifest in the form of World War III and the nukes. Okay.
It's the same light that Noah was in. He said he brought in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Tell you how he was a preacher of righteousness, man. And that word preacher takes you back into prophesy. You see, because that word pre means before and church means to say. You see? So he prophesied of the flood. He spoke it into existence. Just like we speaking of things that's not seen as yet. You know, as Noah said, he moved with fear, man. You know, we speaking of the missiles. And how it's gonna burn this land that we tell you that's it's like a Garden of Eden before you. But is it? Yep, but it's gonna be a desolate wilderness behind you, man. The Lord gonna turn this shit to sand. See? You got it up.
Yep, continue on in 2nd Ezra. Yep, continue in 2nd Ezra 4 and verse 29. If therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good.
See? Yeah, so America stands in the way of the kingdom of heaven. You know, you actually experiencing life and being enjoyed. You know, you getting a breath of fresh air. You see? America in the way, man. This what's got to be destroyed. This system got to be completely removed out of the earth for all nations to really, you know, be fulfilled, for lack of a better term, man. Because the Lord tell you that in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, how they gonna flow to the nation of Israel, for the lack of a better term, to learn of the laws, man. See, and that's gonna give them a different outlook. That's gonna better their society. The people within their nation is gonna be better. All based off what they were learning from the church, from the men of the Lord that came down from our Lord Yahawashi. You know?
I'm gonna add to your point too, because ultimately what niggas in the way.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American, because the Lord said if you would turn it to the east and pray unto them, you of us all, then the Lord will turn away our captivity. But you got certain people who are subscribed for America to continue. You're going against what? The will of the Most High. All right? So you don't want true peace to be established in the earth. You want to try to find that here. But according to the scriptures, hey, this ain't your rest, man. You niggas are unwilling to accept that. So now you're fighting against Yahawashi, and you're holding up the kingdom, in a sense. Not really, but if all Israel was a prayer for the east, the Lord will turn away our captivity right now. Good job, guys.
This morning.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time,
See?
and the beginning of the immortality for the come.
Yeah, so the Lord giving you a glimpse into how this period of time is going to end. It's going to end by way of doom. This is what all things is climaxing to, man. These wars that's really spiraling out of control is really climaxing to the end of America. I was at the park earlier, and this nigga had a train of tanks being moved in. Really, he gearing up for war. And really, he's gearing up for his destruction. You see? But there's nothing that can turn away World War III from happening. This is what's going to bring forth that doom. You got it?
Come. Again, this is 2nd Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality to come.
See, it's the beginning of the immortality for the come, man. So this guy's destruction is the beginning of life in its entirety, man. Like the Rawchaa say, the planet Earth is going to exhale, man. See, abundance of riches is going to start flowing out of the earth because the righteous come into authority. Everything within the land Sabbath is going to be a thing again in the earth. So you're going to have abundance of harvest, gold and all sorts of things, man. See, but yet you can't have this stuff because the wicked in power. This nigga doing shit to the earth that's affecting the earth from producing, man.
Come. Wherein corruption is past.
See, the corruption got to pass. The corruption is coming from Esau and his sister. When you read Isaiah the 24th chapter, it tells you how he did away because you, brother, grab it.
Transgress the law.
Yeah. It changed the ordinance. That affected the planet Earth, man.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 24, verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languish and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
See, so the planet Earth in its entirety, along with the inhabitants, is polluted, man. And it's because the law, statutes, and commandments that was really set up to govern the earth is not pretty much being enforced. You got this false, this fake program that's really a virus. They put a virus in the computer. See, and it affected everything along with the people, man. So Esau, he can really sit back because you niggas gonna do the job for him. It says broken the everlasting covenant.
Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
So this gonna be the result, man. That doom. The Lord just gonna burn you up. See, because of the corruption. That virus and spread it. Lord, I tell you about that Green Bay tree. And that's Esau. See, this nigga, he done polluted the whole earth with his philosophies and doctrines, his wayward ideas, his inventions, And now it's just got to be burnt up along with the people. But yet few men is going to be left going into the elect. When you read Matthew 24th chapter, the Lord tell you about how the days shall be shortened, but he shall be saved out of it. It's like for the elect's sake, so those days shall be shortened. See? So the Lord, he's going to use the elect to really put things back in order after he destroyed the wicked, man.
Intemperance is at an end.
Yes, intemperance, overindulgence. Nigga, your overindulgence is affecting the planet Earth. See? Because this nigga Esau, he overindulging digging for oil. When he did over there, when gag. This nigga was looking for that gold, and he was spraying them mountains with cannons, and it affected a lot of the streams in California with lead, man. You know, and it's like that still to this day. That's where you get that 49ers from and things like that, man. We call San Francisco 49ers. Now, that was a heinous act from Esau, man. You know, but now you niggas is wearing a 49ers jersey with pride, but not knowing the history of that shit, and that shit really fucked California up. You know, that land mass. See?
That shows you that everything is rooted in wickedness. When you go into it, they're like Florida Gators, Gator Baby.
Yeah, man.
You know, in
Green
LA
seas.
Dodgers,
Yeah.
African Dodgeball. It's all really rooted in oppression from the so-called white man. That's why we understand that we mostly hope for all this shit to be overthrown because it ain't nothing that good that can come from it, man. See? It pertains to our people. What y'all got?
Con. Intemperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown. And truth is sprung up.
See, yes, and this is that truth that is sprung up, man. And righteousness is growing. Like the elder often say, you know, the cat out the bag, man. You see? Because your average Jake know he an Israelite, man. You know? And for the most part, Esau know he an Edomite. You know, your natural born white man. You know, because we know that it's Israelites that may seem to be white, but you know, they go back to the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But your natural born white boy, man, most of them niggas know they Edomites now. And that's because righteousness has grown in the earth. And that corruption is being put out by way of the truth. You know? But, you got it. You got it.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
See? Yeah. So when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice, man. And this is what you're going to see in the life to come. See, because all the things that pretty much contribute to Esau is going to be done away with. You know, this America being in this existence is really affecting everything, man. You know, that's why you niggas is in a car complaining. You see?
Yeah.
Nigga always in this car complaining about some shit, man. You know, about the economy, about what Trump doing, about gas going up, about food prices, you know, layoffs. You see, all sorts of things. It's because the wicked in authority, man. This nigga building AI data centers, and you can't do shit about it. You can't vote another politician in. You can't ask for a new president, you know, because this the plans of the elites. And for the NWO, the chip the masses, man. You know, and those data centers is really gonna store up all y'all information. See? But that's all under the rulership of the wicked. This nigga can care less about your condition in the earth, man. But through the righteous, the Lord said how the people is gonna rejoice, because everything's gonna be done diplomatically correct. You ain't gonna have no backstabbing and you know, just wickedness being pushed, man. You know, the influence is gonna be righteous. See?
The book of Baruch 4:1, it says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. So just going into it, like in the word to come, you know, this is what's going to be the standard. It's going to be you actually keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. And the nation's going to be able to see the benefit of that. So much where they're going to want to come up into what at the house of David and ask for the ways of the Lord, because you know by keeping the law, it's going to produce you know, your family being in order, right? You can not complain like the brother talking about. You gotta complain about everything, but the source of the end of your complaints is really you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Everything being in proper and in order. So the Most High speaks about life, not death. Stress causes death. You not knowing what's righteous causes death, man. All right, you eating abomination, it shortens your lifespan. And basically, you know, when Esau in power, like it says in Job 24:9, I mean, if we can get it real quick, Job 9:24, it speaks about how your life passes away swiftly.
Yep, this is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. And it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Yeah, so the Most High is being facetious. Like, nigga, like, take a look around. who has the influence over the earth. And you say anything other than so-called white man, then you have lied to yourself. That's an easy 1 + 1. What does that mean? Esau. You know? So hey, this man Esau has the power to manipulate and control what goes on in the earth. But what did he decide to push? A wickedness, adultery, idols, things that pisses off the Most High, things that do not contribute to life. That's why Habakkuk 2 says that Esau is as them, because that's what he promotes, man. So if you're complaining, you're wondering when your grandma died last week, she was good the week before, but now she died, you know, or whatever it may be. Somebody got hit by, a stray bullet. You can trace it all back into Esau, really, because he's the one that stood up the standard of the earth. No judgment, the judgment slack, the law goes not forth. You know, so with the law being established, what's that going to do is produce fear, because by you not keeping the law, it's going to be what? Still punishment, a harsh punishment for the world to see, to where they're going to be fearing to the point where they're not going to do those things anymore. Committing adultery, right? Eating abominations, serving idols, it's going to be done away with.
Yep. Going back to the Job 9 and verse 24 and verse 25. So it says, now my days are swifter than that post.
Yeah, so saying Esau's in power. Now your days are swifter than the post. You see? They go away quick. You hear it and you're gone, like they say. Okay?
They flee away, they see no good.
Yeah, your days see no good. Hear that you cry for peace. You know, you got these complaints every day you wake up, there's something wrong, whether it's with your job, your family. All right? You always got your head down, and you're defeated. I think the saying is like when you reach 30, somewhere around there, then you feel like defeated. The word that's really, beating you down to the point where you don't see no hope, in a sense.
So maybe you get that move 35 and take it.
Oh yeah, God. Yep. That's it. And that's what Esau does. Gravity, he weighs you down. So when it's like you stop seeking for real rest in a sense, and you just accept your conditions. That's why you got old niggas, old heads, trying to remain 20. All they do is hang on a block, go to a spot, and then drinking, niggas still saying they're 55 years old, man. They don't see no hope as far as their life. They are set in their ways. They are no vibration Esau.
Yeah, it says they are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hastens to the prey.
Yeah, eagle that hastens to the prey. That's quick and swift. You really don't see it coming. So your life, the end of your life, come upon you in a moment while you're not aware, man. All because death is all around you through Esau. So we speak of a time in which the Lord is going to set up a standard that's going to produce life. Like me and Brother Samat were going to Methuselah, who lived to be 969 years old. He had some form of righteousness within him to where he lived to be that old, man. That's coming back into the earth. Just for like natural, we gonna live forever.
The nation's gonna live longer.
Yeah, they gonna live longer.
Under the rulership of Jacob, man. Niggas dying early, niggas died at, have a heart attack at 35. See, and really in your 30s, that's really like you in your prime as a man. But niggas drop dead under the rulership of Edom. Yeah. But like the officer was going into, Uncle Shay, for that.
Yep, the Sirach 10 and 10, the physician cutteth off alone disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
See, yeah, that physician is our Lord Yahawashi. And this is why we need Yahawashi to rule in the earth again. See? Because under the condition of the wicked, you die, man. Your days is cut short. And like you say, that's the saying amongst Jacob. You here one day, you gone the next. What they say, the good die young. They got all these parables on how a nigga die early, man. Yeah, you an OG when you 25. Everything based off you dying early. See, because you under the rulership of the wicked. And this nigga, he's forward in depth unto you. And it affects us the most because the laws was given to us.
That's something real quick. Proverbs 14 and 27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death.
See? Yep. And it starts with the fear of the Lord. See, that's the fountain of life, because with the fear of the Lord comes wisdom.
Right.
You know, and that wisdom, that's that Baruch 4. You know, you keep these commandments, you're gonna come to life. Now we know this ain't IUIC. We know you can't keep the commandments in its entirety.
Yep.
But yet, the ones you can keep, you do. To the best of your ability. You still gonna fall short because you in we're in chambers of darkness, being these bodies, and we under the vibration of wickedness, man. You know. But yet, you know, the Lord said how the righteous man say fall 7 times, but he get back up. It's pretty much, it's a fight, man, for the lack of a better term. See, you fight, you know, to live, for the lack of a better term, man. You see? But that was it on that.
Back you up. This Psalms 90 and verse 10 in the NLT. 70 years are given to us. Some even live to 80. But even the best years are filled with pain and trouble. Soon they disappear and we fly away. So just, back the brother up, here, you fight to live here in this kingdom, man. You know?
It's the win.
Oh,
That's
man.
it.
Woo!
Everybody outside.
Everybody say it.
Hey.
It wasn't hard to see that. Like a little. Yeah, that was
Hey.
Yeah, man.
It's win.
Yeah, but that, here in this kingdom, man, like the brother was saying, you got sayings within the nation of Israel, man, like you hear one day and go on the next, man. Here it is, the disease rate is on high. The food is polluted. They got that diarrhea shit. It's in the produce now, man.
Healthy shit.
Yeah, the healthy shit that's supposed to be healthy shit. You know?
Yeah, that shit say organic.
Yeah. But hey, it lets you know here we in hell, man. You a fool. Like the brother said, you lied to yourself to say this nigga ain't in power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Esau, Edom make the devil of the Bible, man. You fucking in delusion, man, because you see it. You see death left and right, man. Road kill, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Concrete jungle. It's all over the place, man. But that's why we need Yahawashi, the physician, as the scripture speak upon, man.
That's it.
You gotta go.
Give me that. Yeah, start at 33.
Come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8 and verse 33. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my door.
See, yes, pretty much. You been in tune with prophecy. You in tune with the ministry of Yahawashi. This is watching at the Lord's at his doorpost, for the lack of better terms, man. Watching prophecy, the Lord tell you to watch it. Be sober, but you got it.
Come. For whoso findeth me, findeth life.
See, so yes, life, it resides with the Lord, man. See, but yet it's through his instructions you are brought to life. The Lord tell you how it's the word that cleans you. And the elder, he went into it yesterday, man. The first plague the Lord took off you was the plague of the mind. See? And from now, that was you coming into life. See? And that plague of the mind, it came off you by way of prophecy. Somebody prophesying unto you. That's the valley of the dry bones. You see? Because he was told to prophesy unto these bones, man. And breath came unto them. You see? And they lived. You see? And that breath is the ministry of the wisdom and understanding of our Lord Yahawashi.
Goes with prophecy.
Yeah, see, it goes in the prophecy, man. See, and with that, you brought to life. Now you believe that's Baruch. The 4th chapter tell you how that light, it illuminates you or animates you, paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Come. For whoso findeth me, findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord.
Yes, and that favor is you, the Lord preserving you, man. You come to life ultimately being delivered. See, because this what all things climax to concerning the righteous. Being delivered from the nuclear destruction and the evils that's going to come upon America. But yet for one to escape the evils, that's the favor of the Lord being showed upon them.
Come. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
See? Yes, and you can see this with Jake, man. The Lord said that those who hate me love death. You know, and you can see the way Jake lived is after the mindset of the so-called white man Esau Edom. You know, and it's really the nigga an American, man. See, and you, like the brother Barack often mentioned, you ain't gotta put an American flag in your yard to be for America or to prove that you're a real die-hard American, man. Nigga, it's your mindset, your diet. How you feel about LGBT? How you feel about the Lord? It's a nigga that, man. How you feel about the Bible? See, and your response is gonna prove you an American, man. You know?
Yeah, Proverbs 3:1. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thy heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. And you know, just the words of Yahawashi, man. You know, knowing prophecy. Okay, these things has brought forth to, hey, brothers can speak for themselves up here. It brought forth peace, man. Because now we know the end of this place, man. We know this is not the end all be all. We know this is not forever. You know, we know 2/3 got to be put down. You know, because like the brother was going into earlier, you know, you niggas are really holding us back, man. But the fact that the Lord is going to play upon our part, by Lord will, we are that number. You know, putting down 2/3 and delivering the elect, man. You know, hey, we're going to have favor in that, man. So we know the end of this place, man. You know, but that's because of knowing the scriptures, this book in its entirety, man. You know, it adds peace unto us. You know what he says, peace I give unto you, that spirit. Peace I give unto you, but not as likened unto the world, because the peace of the world, that shit only for a moment, man. You know what I mean? Nigga at the booty club, now he checking his bank account at the end of the night, man. You know? That's just peace for a moment. But this is that everlasting peace right here, man. Knowing we got the chance to rule, the key of salvation. You know? You gotta go.
Come. This is the book of St. John, chapter 14, and verse 27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you.
Yeah, you want to expound?
You gotta go.
Yeah, the peace that the world gives is carnal peace, man. That shit dries up. It comes with an expiration, you know. But the peace that the Lord promises us is an internal peace. You know, when you read 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, 51st verse, it tells you that the city is builded, where rest is allowed. You know, the tree of life is planted. You see? And that's ultimately the kingdom of heaven, man. A life that's likened unto the righteous, man. You see? But yet, that's the peace that the Lord has stored up, even on this side. The Lord tell you how you're going to be satisfied in famine.
That's it.
You know? How in 6 trouble, yeah, in 7, there shall no evil touch me, man. Like we say, my servants shall eat, but they shall be hungry. That's going to bring a level of joy and peace unto the elect here on this side, man. Seeing how the wicked and those who came up against the Lord is getting judged, but yet those who stood stiffly for the words of Yahawashi, you getting the provision, you know. And the Lord is going to give us abundance. He say, you should have abundance, but in the heathen should envy thee. How they go?
They should be able to do nothing.
Yeah, they should be able to do nothing, man. They ain't be able to do shit. But look, man, with crusty lips, you know, eyes of hunger, you see? And the Lord gonna be blessing his elect.
If I may add too, because I mean that's it. The scriptures, you know, through the testimony of Yahawashi opens your eyes to see past America. And that's a gift that in which we have been given, man. A lot of people, they can't hope for America's downfall or something after America because they haven't opened up to the missions. So when you read Matthew 13, it says, "What blessing your eyes for they see, and your ears for they hear." Because if you don't have this vision, like the scriptures say, if you don't see these no, how does it go?
There's no vision.
But there's no vision. Yeah, the people perish, man.
That's it.
So you gotta have foresight of what's to come after America. If not, you're stuck open in this place to continue. And that's not a part of the Lord's will, man. So yeah, we read scripture like the brother brought out, in famine, you know, we should have more in abundance. Hey, that's having vision. That's giving us foresight of the mercy in the troubling times, man. Well, the majority of our people are not going to be able to receive that. Why? Because of their rebellion and ultimately their lack of vision. What y'all got?
Come. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid.
And the bad the officer, Yeah, our hearts is not going to be troubled nor afraid, and we're just going to be troubling and fearful times. But having that vision, see, and trusting and having faith in Yahawashi is going to kill that fear. You know, it's going to really build up confidence. See, because the Lord tell you how from faith to faith, and from that faith to faith, the Lord stepping in on your behalf, you're going to be built up and jacked up in confidence, man. You know, you're going to be jacked up in confidence.
Got something for you. Psalm 112:7, NLT. It says, they do not fear bad news. It says, they confidently trust the Lord to care for them. It says, they are confident and fearless and can face their foes triumphant. So like it said, oh, you good?
Yeah, we confidently trust for the Lord to step in on our behalf. You know, even from ancient accounts. You know, the Lord tell you that things that was written aforetime was written for our learning. So when you go into the different accounts of the prophets of old, you know, the elder was mentioned yesterday, you know, the centurions, you know, surrounding Peter, you see, but yet the angel came and got him out of prison. You know, along with Daniel in the lion's den, you know, the Lord sent forth Habakkuk to feed him in the midst of those hungry lions, but yet he shut the mouths of the lions. And still, he delivered Daniel. The three older children, you know, there's many accounts. You know, Balaam in the, not Balaam, donkey. You know, when the Lord caused the donkey to open his mouth. I can't remember, but yeah, those are different accounts that took place that you can look for to happen again, man. See, it's not like these things just went away. This is the same power, you know, today that was working those acts in the times of old. See? So how much more for Esau and his height in the height of wickedness, you know, the Lord performing these acts. See? This is the perfect setting for the Lord to perform such things, man. You know, you got fucking robot dogs, drones, heat sensors, you know, like the officer going to. If this ain't the wicked, if this nigga ain't Esau, you know, if this ain't the cunning hunter, then who it is, man? You look at this nigga advances. You open his closet, all type of booby traps falling out and shit.
Somebody tied up to the basement.
Yeah, nigga tied up. He got a lab coat closet. He got a lab coat in the closet. Motherfucker say UAB. Yeah, who the fuck is, you know, who's gonna be, man? They got a brain in the mayonnaise jar. Who the devil is, man, if it ain't this dude, man?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, and then you got that you know, that soft spoken, corny.
Hey, how are you?
This nigga in a sweater. You gonna let that nigga in your house?
Yeah.
Nigga come with a Mr. Rogers sweater on. Like nigga from PBS Kids, but yeah, it's a nigga that'll put you to death in a grievous way, man. You know? But yeah, y'all brothers got it.
I got some Jeremiah 6 and you got some?
Nah, you got it. Break it down, bro. Yeah, I go up here.
Jeremiah 6:16. It says, thus saith the Lord, stand in the way and see and ask for the old path. Hey, where is the good way? And walk therein, and you shall find rest for your souls. But they said we would not walk therein. So just laying back and out the brothers going to the point of comfort, right? As the Lord has given us through this truth. Jacob's not willing to come into that to receive true rest. All right? So we rest in the fact that the Lord has already promised a living for the elect. You know, to be saved from the sin perils, to be, be able to maneuver through the traps and snares of Esau. You know, we've been given like divine direction to lead us out of the ways of death, man. You know, but Jacob's not willing to take the extra step to forsake America, you know, to walk in the paths of truth. See, but the scriptures goes back into the ways of the east. And with Jake being assimilated so long in the ways of the west, they're not willing to become that new creatures, that new man and woman, to be able to walk in righteousness. Therefore, by default, they subscribe into being American. And that's going to pretty much lead to them being blind and being destroyed at the end of the day. Y'all got it. Matter of fact, one more, 17. It says, also I said, watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will now hearken. Yeah, so the trumpet is going off. You know, Amos 3, you already bring up. And there's evil going on in the cities. And we're warning you about these things every day. We're telling you about the, the fucking diarrhea, explosive diarrhea. You know that probably Esau's behind it, but this overall, this man's counsel. What that man want to do? That man want to chip you, man. That man want to, yeah, the wiles of death. That man want to put a chip into you. He's going to cause a famine. He's going to cause wars, more pests. So that things the prophets warned about, Jeremiah 28:8. He's going to be sent to initiate the troubles. And so by you not hearkening and being prepared to the battle, how can you, you know what I'm saying, prepare yourself against the wiles of the devil? Ultimately, you're going to be caught and snared by Esau. Y'all got it.
That's that Ezekiel 7:14. Tell you how they made themselves not ready for the battle.
Right, that's it.
You know, and really, you're gonna put the covering in Esau on, and you're gonna see that shit is very penetratable. You know, anything's gonna penetrate through it, man. Doctrines, you see fear, you know, and you're gonna make an impulsive decision, an irrational decision, and you're gonna die. You know.
Man, if I may say, man, I don't know if y'all remember that nigga, he hang with NBA Youngboy, he got shot, paralyzed.
Oh, yeah.
Ben-10?
Yeah, Ben-10.
He done made a post on social media saying, God, please give me my former state of pay. Give me my former state of state back. So you just know that nigga right there, he's ready for the take. If they present a chip on that nigga, he gonna take that. Any kind of form of healing, he gonna take that. So, you know.
That's offensive to hear.
Yeah,
you know, that little nigga, man, that's the same nigga that said he want a grave digging state so but they just kill each other. But you fell to your own, like, nigga, what you?
Man, Lord got it.
Yeah, the Lord got that stupid nigga, and now you want the Lord to restore. But even when he was on the bed, nigga talking about a bane for life. Like, come on, man, you ain't even considering then.
That's the problem.
Yeah, man, but now you can't walk, now you want your natural state so you can be a bigger nigga again, man.
Man.
Real something.
They just show you that the Lord will bring down. It's easy for the Lord to break pride, man, at the end of the day. Street nigga, any kind of street nigga, hey, eventually the Lord know how to touch your ass and bring you down low to now you asking and beg for mercy.
Yeah.
From the Lord, man. You know, how much more to risk you niggas in time of famine and all that.
Got one for you. This Jeremiah 4, verse 21. And it says, how long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sought as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. You know, hey, just to back the brothers up, man, here it is, the trumpet is being blown. You know, the warning is going out. But yet, a nigga still meditating on, you know, how he can get better, like the brother said, so he can be a bigger nigga, man. You know, he's still meditating on evils. But here it is, this evil's coming your way, man. You know, you should be meditating on how you could escape these evils, you know, that the Lord is about to bring upon the land. But our people, they don't consider, like the scripture said, they're sottish. You know, nigga worried about a damn social media status, you know, getting the bag, and all that shit gonna lead up to you getting the chip, man. Then you're gonna be destroyed for trusting in Pharaoh, man. What you got, man?
Yeah, it's a spirit, man. Because like you said, they looking for a social media status, but the Lord said, think upon the wrath that should be at the gate spirit.
Book of Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord.
It's like, are you ever read that head again? The book, it's in Proverbs.
Oh, it's like Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 18 and verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord. Think upon the wrath that shall be at the end, and the time of vengeance when he shall turn away his face.
So the Lord give you a glimpse into what to pray for. You know, he said, think upon the wrath that should be at the end. So your prayer, when you prepare yourself to go pray to the Lord, it really should be geared towards you being kept and saved from the things that's about to take place, man. Not you want your legs back, you know, so you can continue in America, really, man. You know, nigga just he probably wants some get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he want his legs back. See, but no, man. You know, the Lord said, think upon the wrath, think upon the famine, the power, the great death. The Lord said, a lot of people finna die. You know? The Lord said, it's like, he's gonna take a great number of people, man. The way of truth is gonna be hidden, and the land is gonna be bearing the faith. In that day, you want to be kept, man. See, but yet that's thinking upon the wrath at the end. See, and that's when the Lord turned away his face, because right now the Lord got his face shining, man. That way his prophets being out, expounding on the prophecies. See, starting with the apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, on down to the like-minded brothers. The Lord is shining his face. You see, but when he turned his face, see, because it's been coming out often about the famine of the word, man. And when that takes place, then you're going to see judgment. And then you're going to desire, we say, then should they seek a vision from the prophets. But you ain't going to get it.
This is the book of St. Luke, chapter 21 and verse 36. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Yeah, you see? So you wanna pray that you're able to stand, because in the NLT it tells you about the horrors. These coming horrors. See, because this is what America is going to turn into. When you consider the evils, the things that's going to bud forth. But yet you got to consider the reaction of the people, man. These are people that haven't seen hard times. These niggas can't go without power for an hour or so, man. Nigga can't go without his cell phone. So just imagine when something concerning his life is on the table, like his food and water, Imagine, nigga ain't gonna give a fuck if you in a wheelchair or an old woman, you gonna get pushed over, man. Cause that goes to that word perilous. Times becoming savage. You see, harsh and fierce. And that's the behavior of the people, man. It just highlights how niggas gonna be acting.
Got some for you. The book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Woo! See? So yes, the Lord said, remember thy creator in the days of thy youth. When you first come across this wisdom, or this knowledge, you repent and you want to return unto Yahawah by Yahawashi. Seek the Lord, we say seek him early, but yet 10 times more. Before the evil days come. See, because they're going to come. And you see the Lord moving those chess pieces to where they drawing not, man. And in those evils, you ain't going to have pleasure. Because the things that contribute to your pleasure is going to leave, man. Your convenience. Running water, electricity, the logistics, all that shit going to be affected. And your full storehouse is going to be empty. And you ain't going to have pleasure. Because now you got to deal with your neighbors. And you might be in a big neighborhood, or you might be in some apartments. And you got a lot of people to deal with, man. Hey, yeah, that's why we say repent and return to Yahawashi. Because the Lord said how he'll send forth angels to encamp around about you. And it's supposed to deliver you from death.
I'm going to add to, like you went to Luke 21, and pretty much you can't let your mind be dulled by carousing, because that can kind of block you from the dangers ahead. That's why the Lord said, remember thy creator in the days of you, before the evil days come down, man. So that goes to you knowing what to pray for. You anticipate some shit to pop off at any minute, and you still having your spiritual guard up. A lot of people, they let their spiritual guard down because of the contribution from America, man. That's what this place is designed for, to please the flesh. So the more things that you obtain that's pleasing to you, that's going to cause you to be more comfortable and relaxed until when that day come upon you, now you're not even prepared anymore, right? You don't want to be in that mindset of murder. Right. But going on, verse 2, it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain.
And if I may, while you were speaking, I thought about that dude in the Bala. King David was about to come down upon him, but yet he was in that spirit of murder. Nigga knew not that the king was approaching, man. See? Until that drunkenness fell off him, and then his wife told him what was going on, and the nigga's heart failed, man. And he died. You see? But it's going to be the same state if you're Americans. You don't know that the Lord is really approaching. And prophecy going to hit you before he hits you, man. Well, the Lord going to hit you with prophecy, but you're going to see prophecy before you see him. But the scriptures say, while the sun, the light, and the moon, and the stars be not dark, which is a metaphor for this truth being on display. See?
Verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinder cease, because there are few, and those who look out the windows be dark.
And you see, so the hope is gonna leave. You know, the grind is gonna cease. People gonna lose their job, and this was on the table because now you got massive layoffs. You know, you having store closures. You see, a lot of places going bankrupt and just closing up shop. But yet, all this is prophecy playing out, man. This is the Lord approaching. You see, but yet you gonna lose your faith too, man. You know, it's already articles out there saying how people don't have faith in the American dream. You know, but yet you gonna lose your hope altogether. See, and prophecy gonna do that. The Lord gonna take away faith, hope from you people, man. You know, nigga looking for a soft landing, you know, building for the future. The Lord gonna disturb all that, man, by way of prophecy. See, when the grids collapse, nigga, you ain't gonna have the plan you got now. You ain't gonna have no plan for tomorrow or next week. It's gonna be today. See?
This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 29, and verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage.
Yes, it's the same thing on display now. When people are eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, even on date apps. Niggas got speed dates, they have date events, you know. But yet, all these times really resemble the times of Noah. See, because it wasn't like Noah was in a stone age. See, no, that was a functioning society, man. You know, just like you see today. But yet, you people, you in the same spirit. You know, the elder, I believe that was Elder Yahawah, call it a flood behavior. You know, you niggas in that flood spirit, man. Yeah, pre-flood behavior, man. You know, and this the days before the millennium. It's like in Noah's time, it was the days before the flood.
Until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away.
Yeah, and that's the state of you people. You know not, man. And you ain't gonna know until the millennium fall upon you. That it was a prophet amongst you, man. You see? Because you're gonna have some people, they gonna ride out Esau's ideal all the way to the millennium drop, man. When this nigga tell you, you know, it ain't no famine, we got everything under control, you gonna believe that. When he present the micro seed up as being the new wave in life, you gonna believe that, man. You know? And ultimately, you're gonna find out that it was prophets amongst you the whole time when those missiles start following you. See?
Wait, that's that false light. Believing in that chip, that's Esau giving you a false light. You know, a direction that's gonna contribute to your peace. But you know, Yahawashi said that he is a true light. You know what I'm saying? So that comes with you being able to see the plans and the wills of the Most High. You know, as far as like what's coming down the pipe. Once you know that if you take the chip, that's certain death, man. But the commandment is to continue the faith, to endure to the end. By doing that, you know, Lord willing, you will see the salvation as far as your elect getting new bodies, going toward the new heaven and new earth. Pretty speaks about, you know what I'm saying? So that's that true light that we try to express to our people. They're not willing to gravitate on to. Y'all got to see.
Again, it's in Matthew 24 and verse 39, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
See? So as the days of Noah were, well, these days is likened unto the same. You know? And as that flood came upon those people suddenly on a random Tuesday, nigga on a picnic, and then the raindrop fell on them, it's gonna be the same thing in these times. Niggas gonna be gathering, you gonna have that chip, you gonna get home from the grocery store, nigga gonna be preparing a Thanksgiving dinner. You tell what fuck season it's gonna be, man. You know, you're gonna be preparing a meal, you're gonna be preparing an outing, nigga gonna be going to the gas station, whatever, the flex, get your, do what you do. And then the mills is gonna pop up, man. You know, on your day-to-day routine, nigga, on the workout routine, and the mills is gonna fall, man. See? It's gonna come like a thief in the night. See? That's why the Lord said, keep alert at all time, man. Because that day is going to come upon them unawares. See, that's an event that's going to come upon people unawares. Okay.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise.
Out the blue. Boom! Nigga shit himself. Oh, shit. Yeah, oh, shit. You duck. Out the blue, man. You know, one of them, you resting and shit, you at the party, wind blowing, you listen to the water, and boom! This motherfucker gonna blow up, man. You know?
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
You gonna see fire everywhere, motherfucker screaming. You gonna instantly feel that heat. You know, body just, you know, certain shit get so hot, shit just catch fire. You just gonna catch fire, man. That child gonna be on the swing. Motherfuckers just gonna catch fire, man. See?
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
See, yeah, so the Lord just gonna, out the blue, start burning this place up, man. You know? They're gonna happen like a thief in the night. These niggas, like, as of right now, people ain't expecting something to take place, man. But that's how the Lord gonna creep up on you Americans, in which you are the most comfortable. See? You was snared by convenience and comforts, luxury, you know? So you're not looking, well, yeah, they're not anticipating the evils, but it's a scripture, I think it's, one to them, Isaiah 47 and verse 8, in NLT. Yeah. See? Because that's the nature of these Americans, man. You know, they so used to luxury, cell phones, music, you know, just anything that contributes to comfort. They not looking for the return of our Lord Yahawashi. You know, they not looking for this place to be destroyed, man. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, the book of Isaiah 47 verse 8 in NLT. Matter of fact, I'll read verse 7. It said, you said, I will reign forever as queen of the world. You do not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences.
Yeah, and you see this when you talk to your everyday American. You know, it tells you in Revelation the 18th chapter how she said within our heart, I sit a queen and am no widow. Now your heart is your inner parts, as the elder Aaron beautifully put. And within America, it's the mindset of these people feeling as if this shit ain't going nowhere. You know? But the Lord is going to destroy this place, man. The Lord don't care what you think, man. You know? The Lord said every man is a liar. But he just, you know, let him be the truth. See?
Verse 8, it says, listen to this, you pleasure-loving kingdom that live, it's like living at ease and feeling secure. You say, I am the only one and there is no other. I will never be a widow or lose my children.
See? So yeah, that's the mindset of these people here in America. But in a moment in time, the Lord, if you skip down to verse 11, just go back to the KJV.
Verse 11, it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it rises.
Yeah, and that great evil that's going to come upon you, where it started. You know? The evil that's going to come upon you, going to start by way of the plagues, man. Those 6 troubles. But it's going to lead to that 7, which is going to be the nuclear destruction. See?
It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
See? So these things is going to happen suddenly. You know, when you least expect it. You see? And it's all going to be the Lord fulfilling that threat of destroying this place, man. And it's going to happen in your lifetime. It ain't like you got another lifetime to come back. This motherfucker still gonna be flowing, still gonna have UAB, you know, still gonna have the 49ers, you know, the Knicks gonna win again. No, man, this the end, man. The Lord tell you how the end of all things is at hand. See? And it ain't nothing, the fuck, he can't even come up with no more ideas. You know, this nigga turning reality shows into anime, you turning anime cartoons into reality shows. He's sampling old music into rap songs. You know? So what else can this nigga do, man? He turning men into women. What the fuck, man? You know? He took real food and turned it into fake food. It's just everything that everything that's coming next is really just death from this nigga, man.
Yes.
You see? So you should expect life. Your heart's desire is when I'm gonna live. You know?
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no terror in the turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
See? Yeah, suddenly. You know, when you niggas is chilling and well at ease, man. The Lord gonna spring forth. See?
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
See? Woo. And we in the day of vengeance. But yet that vengeance is going to intensify. Things got a climax. The Lord tell you how you in the beginning of sorrows. You know? But yet the sorrows, him mentioning that it's just the beginning, meaning they're going to intensify to its perfection. You know? Which is going to be World War III. You know? But yet in your security, you people going to be destroyed, man. When you least expect, the grid's going to go down. The security that women have is going to leave. You know, the security of your bank account, nigga got a soft cushion. That shit. Yeah. You see? You gonna be snared and taking the seat up, man. You know? But then he gonna take all your riches, he gonna give you universal basic income, UBI. You know, keep you at home, take your land, take everything that you gonna take your guns, you know. You gonna own nothing, nigga, and you gonna be happy. And I wish you would say something about it. You know, he gonna shut everything off. You ain't gonna be able to drive, watch TV, none of that shit. It's gonna be a digital dictatorship, man. And then the missiles gonna pop up. And you're gonna be totally fucked, man. See, the Lord tell you that's that sword destruction.
You heard about that? They taking away food stamps from Trump boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Trump biscuits.
Yeah, oh, man.
Yeah, kind of. Trump sending something out. You know, it might be fake news, whatever. They taking away your food stamps and they giving you, you know, food instead of money.
Oh, yeah.
They giving you boxes of food.
Yeah, that's the cruel Lord. You might not even want that shit, man.
Right. Abomination.
Yeah, you know they got fucking pork chops. Yeah, none of the GMO, lab-grown meat. You know, shit that was signed out by Bill Gates. See, but that's that cruel Lord, man, because he also said that he was threatening to cut off unemployment. You know, so pressure gonna burst the pipe in a moment in time. The Lord tell you how this place is as a breach ready to fall. And the breaking is going to come suddenly at an instant, man. Brother. And so with that, we pray that you brothers are edified. Let's give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
and double honor to our teachers, the apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutation to the Lord's elect. So next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Right.